Should AI be part of FPV's development? Recently, Bardwell released this amazing PID tuning simulator, which is right here, not PID tuning, but like how does a PID controller actually work? And it's a great learning tool. He put a lot of work into this, and I have done my simulator right here, which I've been talking about. That was all made with the help of AI. And I don't like AI slop near like any more than the next person. And I saw a big discussion happening on some online forums just this week, which was, should AI be part of the development? Without AI, I wouldn't be able to make a simulator that's free, runs in your browser, like there's no download needed at all. You can just start flying and enjoying it. Without AI, we wouldn't have people like Bardwell making amazing tools like this for people to learn from, use, and start understanding how PIDs work. So these tools here, Bardwell and myself and some others have made, I believe, are incredibly useful assets for the community. But there is also a backlash against anybody who seems to be making things with AI. And I think that really comes down to, what do we want for our community? My view is that if you make slop, AI slop, that is not useful, then we don't need that. That doesn't really help. If I just typed one sentence and said, hey, AI, make me a drone sim, well, it's probably going to make me something that is absolutely garbage. I know personally for me, it took around a month, like so many hours. Absolutely, like if you look at the amount of videos that I uploaded in the last month compared to what's going to be happening, or in the past before that, all that time was so I could develop like an incredible simulator that is going to help people. It took me so much work to be able to go and do that, and I would never be able to do that without AI's help. If I had the money, I would love to pay a human to be able to do that. But I didn't. This is just me sitting here in my kitchen until like 1, 2 in the morning, going through with that help to build that simulator. And I'm sure Bardwell would be the same. If he could, he would love to pay somebody to build something for him, but he did it himself. And that tool is now out there for the community. I understand that there's going to be some people that don't like that. And one of the arguments is, well, it's going to, if everybody is making tools, it's going to reduce the visibility of other people seeing like the good tools that do come out. If there was 100 FPV sims that were released last week, and then I released my sim, which I put a lot of work into, maybe it's not going to get as much exposure. But I think that's going to go through, that's the same in any industry. But also, when I look at FPV as a community, and you see so many of the posts are like, is this battery safe to fly? Or look at me fly around my house. If that is what we are currently competing against, or we're worried about drowning out some of those, I don't think there's too much of a worry there. Now, if you are somebody who is making a living out of coding and you have put a lot of work into understanding those languages, I absolutely understand somebody who would be like, I don't want to do that because I want to support the skill sets that I have and my peers around that. There is absolutely there is nothing wrong with doing that. That is an argument that I completely understand. On my side, all I think is this is a tool that anybody can use to make some things that we can use as a community that will promote and get more people flying. That's how I feel about it. And when people often are like, Stu, you didn't build that sim. AI built that sim. Well, I look at that as like, maybe it's sort of like saying, if somebody came here and they had to dig the hole for the swimming pool, and if they had some AI mapping thing that did that, and then the excavator knew exactly where to dig, or whether they did it manually with their excavator, or whether they did it with a shovel, no matter which tool they used, I'd say, yeah, that's Bob. He dug that for me. I wouldn't actually have to go and find out what the code was or anything like that. That's how I feel about AI, and it is a tool that people use, and the amount of work that I had to put in to explain what it wants and what I need the sim to do was a lot of it. It is a tool that people like myself can use. AI doesn't know what a drone's meant to feel like. It doesn't know what the beginner experience is going to feel like. It doesn't know these things, the human elements of what it is like to be a new pilot or to be a teacher trying to get people to learn. It doesn't know that. It does know how to code that and those instructions that I'm telling it into a machine learn based, like into a piece of code that you guys can then access on your web browser. I don't know that part, but the important human elements of me talking to you or building something for you for your brain to use and enjoy and learn from. I think it's here. I think it's a good thing. The only part that I think you can have an issue with is if you are trying to make money off FPV and you put a lot of money into developing a tool or developing anything, and you want to sell that. And if there's like some job security there, like in that moral thing right there, absolutely, I understand that, and I know where it's from. This is why for me, I was very upfront too when I released this simulator, and I was like, hey, the DIY FPV sim, I built this with AI. I spent a lot of time. I don't know how to code. Thanks to Claude, I was able to do this. Alrighty. Let's have a look. Let's see. What are people saying? I'd love to know your idea. AI is great because you won't need to pull out the puppet as much. Here's probably something I don't like about AI though, is it doesn't replace people. It doesn't replace this human part and this human understanding. So for example, if you're using AI to answer your questions about FPV, at the moment, it's not great. It doesn't know the nuances of exactly what we are talking about. It can give you some general ideas, but AI it still needs to be wrangled and worked with so it fully can understand it. It doesn't currently replace my job of explaining to you. And maybe there's going to be some ironic thing where in the future, nobody's going to watch a UAVfutures video because they don't want to know how to teach and learn from me. They just want to type it in. It's going to give them that answer. And if that happens, I'm okay with that. If there is a tool that is getting you flying that is better than what the content that I'm providing you, and you are watching my videos purely to learn, go for it. Go and use that because I want you to have a great time. Maybe some people watch though because they like to engage, be part of the community, have this human element here. That's where it is. I stay away from AI generated thumbnails. They're pretty off-putting in my opinion. Look, I don't like them, but I don't use them. But I understand if some people do want to. I don't like AI as much as the next person. Someone says it's interesting who owns the things that's made with AI. I do. Like this drone simulator, that's my property. Bruno says I use AI for general info and to bounce ideas off and to point me in the right direction. Johnny DRC says it sucks. Well, then we wouldn't have this simulator without that. That's a good description of using large language models, just wrangling. Yeah, you have to. It's like herding cats. Like just this way, that way. Come on, this is what I want you to do. That sort of stuff. Anyway, that's a bit of a rant and some negatives and positives about AI. Maybe there is some more negatives there that I'm missing. Maybe there's some positives that I'm missing. You can also use it in the wrong way too. If it can steer you in the wrong direction, but it can give you the wrong information. But humans can do that as well.